Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 30th of October 2018. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's morning session. I hope you're having a beautiful and wonderful morning today already. So, but before we start, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimers. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest, and we can continue. Okay, so now then, let's quickly jump into the charts. Now, the one who's the first chart that I wanted to have a look at, and basically the one who is really having a good day today, is Nikkei. Now, looking at Nikkei, basically, you can see that we had a nice push here today. This is a daily chart, and this candle here probably is going to stay like this here, and this candle is going to close in the positive zone. Nevertheless, still we're trading below this long-term upside support line here that was taken from the 8th of September, the low of the 8th of September. So something for you guys to keep an eye on still, because as you can see, this is the area where it's trading at, and it's currently testing this this key area of resistance, and that's around the low that we saw around the 5th of July, and in a way this is the level that kind of held the index here. So, you know, for us, let's say to start looking at higher levels, and as you can see by my arrow here, we need to see this one traveling actually back above this long-term upside support line, and then closing above the 21,700 zone approximately there. Now, only then we could probably aim for the close of this little gap that we saw here between the 24th of October and the 25th of October. So we could then aim for a test of the 21,920, but if that doesn't hold, another good potential area of resistance here could be this 22,175 zone. Now, this was marked here by the lows that we saw around the 7th of September, so quite an important level here. As you can see, it was also the price was also held here on the 24th of October, so it didn't kind of push higher. Well, at least didn't close above that level, but something for you guys to keep an eye on. And also the 22,175 area also probably could coincide here with this 200 EMA here shown as the black line on the daily chart. So in a way, if you, let's say, if we assume that this is going to travel here higher, we could potentially see this one, like I said, this level here coinciding with this or should I say the other way around, the 200 EMA coinciding with this level here, the 22,175. So of course, for now, keep your eyes on it, keep your eyes on this upside support line. Let's say if this index eventually reverses here in the next few days and pushes back below the 20,972 zone approximately there. Now this is where it could continue to look ugly for the index, and we could then test this low here at around 20,345 area, which was marked here by the lows of the 26th of March. So of course, for now, stay put. Probably it's a bit tricky to trade here at this point, so keep your eyes on these levels that I was just talking about. In looking at gold, as you know, the equity markets are kind of getting a nice rebound here, and gold is kind of taking a hit on that as well, and well, not as well, but taking a hit on that in general, because the safe haven status is diminishing, and as you can see, we're getting this little slide here to the downside. The only thing is that over the, well, should I say probably lately, gold isn't really playing that huge role as the safe haven like as it did previously. Certainly, if the times could go really bad, then yep, I mean, gold could fly a little bit higher, but somehow it seems it's losing its strength here, and being as that safe haven. But nevertheless, we're still going to observe it, and especially when the times are bad, we're going to be looking at gold. And at the moment, as you can see, that because of getting this nice rebound in the equity markets, it's currently now dragging itself a little bit lower. Looking at this daily chart, it's still hanging around above this 100 EMA here, shown as the green line, and that's approximately around the 1226, 27 level, something like that. So for us, let's say, to get more bearish on this one, at least for the short term, we would need to get a nice good move here, not only below this upside, this short-term kind of upside support line, but also below this 1215 zone. Now this way we could target lower levels, maybe even possibly moving back down towards the 1183, certainly breaking the psychological 1200 on that way. But for now, probably stay put, keep your eyes on this one. For us to get comfortable with the upside here, again, we would need to see this one traveling again above the 1235 zone. But given the fact that we saw this one last week breaking this 1235, and actually it wasn't able to reach the 1245, the next level that we were keeping an eye on here. So in a way, we could say that if we get a nice rebound here, certainly we're gonna look at the 1235 as a potential maybe possible breaking point for higher levels. And if we do get a reversal, like I said, if we do get a reversal back to the 1235 here from where it is right now, certainly we're going to keep a close eye on the 1245 again, because if that doesn't hold as well, I mean, this could potentially open the path towards this 1266 zone, which was acting here as a very nice area of resistance around the 9th of July. So quite an important level to watch. Certainly, as I said, this here, the break here above the 1245, could potentially open the path towards this next level here. But also keep your eyes on this somewhat a tentative, I would probably say, upside support line. Let's have a look how that performs. If it continues to get rejected here, then that's wonderful for the bulls, and we could see this one flying a little bit higher, or should I say back up again here. So yep, for now, keep your eyes on these levels here. On the downside, the 1215, and of course the break of the this tentative upside support line. And on the upside here, yep, you could, in a way, don't wait for the 1245, you can start looking at the 1235, and if we get a nice break above this, certainly there is a good chance that we could see a test of the 1245. But of course, I should probably mention that always have your stop loss in place, guys. I mean, so if, let's say, you could be looking at a possible entry here, maybe around the 1235, but then again, probably your stop loss could be around here, somewhere around the 1225, just in case this reverses back down and breaks this tentative upside support line that I had marked here. So and then of course it could potentially move lower then again, but you always need to protect yourself, guys. So yep, be very cautious here and play it smart. Okay, let's jump into Aussie dollar. Now Aussie dollar is a very interesting it's performing quite nicely, let's put it that way. Just quickly looking at the daily chart, just wanted to mention here that we're still below this this upper side of this falling range here, falling channel here, but as you can see that the level here, the 0.7040, kind of continues to hold, and as you can see, where the pair is kind of, well, it did undershoot this, did kind of break it to the downside, but never closed below this. So, and then the next day it's kind of held above that level as well, and this level, by the way, is marked here by the lows that we saw around the beginning of October. And right now what it seems to be that the pair kind of wants to try maybe and push towards the upper side of this channel, and jumping into the 4-hour chart. As you can see, this is kind of forming quite a bullish formation here, forming a formation. There we go. Play of words. But to be honest, to be more on the safe side here, guys, you could in a way keep your eyes on this little level here at around 0.7150, something like that, because a nice good break above this could also place the pair above the 100 EMA here, shown as the green line on the 4-hour chart, and we could then potentially push a little bit higher here, possibly to test the upper side of the falling channel that I was talking about. So in a way, and that would be near the 0.7160 level. That would be near that level. And of course, like I said, for now, be very cautious. We're still trading kind of below the 0.7150, but if we start breaking this one, then yep, I mean, this could potentially look like a nice trade here towards the possible test of the upper side of the falling channel that I was talking about. So of course, again, I need to quite mention the important fact of having your stop loss in place. I mean, that's kind of not even discussed anymore, probably. On the downside, well, if this reverses back down, still probably we're going to take a more conservative approach and wait until this drops below the 0.7040. This is where we could get interested, and if it continues to travel lower, certainly we're going to be very cautious near the 0.7020 zone, approximately there. And if that doesn't continue, if that doesn't hold, then yep, further declines could be possible towards the lower side of this falling range that I've got here marked. So in a way, guys, for now be very careful, but at the moment, from the very short-term perspective, it kind of looks more bullish than bearish. But again, like I said, be very careful and always have your stop loss in place. Jumping into Euro Aussie, and kind of this is leading from the first pair. Now we're leading into this one, and you probably can understand why, because the euro is, even though we're seeing some sort of fight in the euro dollar against in the euro dollar, a fight from the bulls. Kind of the bulls are trying to fight it and not letting it go too much, and but still, nevertheless, euro kind of still remains a bit weak. And looking at this chart, looking at the Euro Aussie here, now we can remove this line. Actually, this is no longer relevant here, but what we can have a look at here, looking at this daily chart, you can see it currently testing this important area here of support near the 160.40 zone. So if this continues to push lower, and of course, like I said, it comes in line with the previously talked pair, the Aussie dollar, and if basically the Aussie dollar continues to rise and the euro kind of stays stagnant, then we could see the Euro Aussie kind of traveling a little bit lower here, maybe breaking this 160.40 zone, then aiming for the next potential area of support at the 159.85, which was marked here near the lows of the 2nd of October. And this also coincides here nicely with this 100 EMA shown here as the green line. So something like this could be possible, guys. I mean, at the moment, it continues to look quite bearish, I would say, but probably where we could see more bears jumping in here, we could see on a break of this level here, the 159.85 that I was just talking about. So this way we could then aim for much lower levels. Certainly, if we do get that break, we'll just have to reevaluate the whole situation again, because we do have a level here and a level there, but that's why we're not going to rush into this yet, but just continue observing this and continue observing this 159.85 zone for now, if, like I said, this continues to fall further. On the upside, for us to, let's say, get comfortable with slightly a bit more higher upside or higher levels, and seeing those higher levels, then we would need to get a nice good move here, not only above the 160.140 zone, but also Let me just kind of quickly actually adjust this level slightly here. Now above this area right here at around 161.90 zone. So this is marked here by the peak of the 26th of October. This is where we could potentially get more comfortable with the upside and then aim for higher levels. Maybe a test of the 162.85 could be possible, or even going all the way here towards the 163.45 area, approximately there. Also, at the same time, you probably need to kind of keep in mind something, that if this level here holds, the 1.5985 level holds, and then we get a rebound back to the upside here, now this could be confirming a range here that we've got. So something like this also could be possible. So keep your eyes on that one, guys. It's also a very tricky pair sometimes, could be. So yep. This is going to be the level to watch, the 159.85 level to watch for now, and then we'll, like I said, we'll just have to reevaluate everything again. And the last pair I wanted to quickly touch on before I run out of time, and that's USDCHF. Now I was talking about this one a few weeks ago, or actually last week. Basically I was talking about this one keeping this holding on above this upside support line, and yep, I mean, for now you can see this scenario that I had here. It continues to play out nicely, and we're still moving higher a little bit. Now the next potential area that we're keeping an eye on here is the 1.0045, or slightly above that, the 1.0055 area, marked by these highs that we saw here in July and in May. So of course, for now, keep your eyes on that one. If this suddenly reverses back down, this is gonna lead the level that we're going to be keeping an eye on, and that's the 0.9955 area. A nice good break below that could potentially open the path towards these lower levels that we saw in the mid-October, and initially aiming for the 0.9890 or even the 0.9850 zone. So for now, judging by this price action, I mean, we could see maybe a test of this 1.0045 area or the 55 area. So keep your eyes on that one, guys. Okay, thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you found it useful. And if you want to join me later on in my traders tea time, and that's 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British summer time. But for now, thank you very much, and bye bye.